Get ready, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. Sir, I support the demands for grants presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and I would like to submit one thing in this regard. Our country is considered to be an agricultural country where about 70% of the total population is dependent on it, and it is also the main occupation of the people in rural areas. It is true that the country has made considerable development in this field after independence, but still it is essential to bring about further modifications in this field because with the constant increase in the population, our dependence on agriculture is also increasing and it has become a matter of great concern. We have to find out a way to reduce this dependence. About 2 years back, some states of our country, like Gujarat, some parts of Andhra Pradesh, and Rajasthan, were hit by one of the most severe droughts after independence. But the government, under the worthy leadership of Sri Rajiv Gandhi, readily met the challenge and did not let another parts of the country face any problem due to drought. The ministry deserves to be congratulated for facing the challenge with all its might. Two types of methods are adopted for cultivation in our country. One is the intensive cultivation, and the other is the extensive cultivation. The population is increasing at a tremendous speed, whereas the holdings are shrinking. So, it has become essential to emphasize the need for intensive cultivation. What is needed is to raise the yield of per bigha of land. Agriculture depends on various other factors. A farmer cannot reap a good harvest unless power supply and irrigation facilities are available to him. So far as irrigation is concerned, a few dams and canals have been constructed and pumping sets have been installed to fulfill the purpose of irrigation. But about the big canals, the general complaint is that the farmers do not get the water for irrigation in time. Though in Kanpur district, canals have been constructed and pump sets have been installed, but the water supply does not reach the fields at the tail end, and the farmers suffer as a result thereof. I would like the central government to hold consultations with the state governments and make certain arrangements so that water reaches the tail end of the fields where the facilities of canals, pump sets, etc. are already there. There is a common complaint that the farmers do not get remunerative price for their produce. The agricultural prices are fixed every year by the Agricultural Prices Commission, but the government should evaluate the criteria of fixing agricultural prices. These criteria should be further modified in order to enable the farmers to sell their produce at a remunerative price. Even today, the main grievance of the farmers is that they do not get a price for their produce which is proportionate to the costs and the hard work they do. So, the government should pay attention to this also. The knowledge of the techniques of agriculture is increasing in our country very rapidly. The agricultural universities set up by the government are conducting research in the field of agriculture and are making use of that research in the fields, but it appears that this knowledge is used in some limited areas only. Therefore, a comprehensive program should be chalked out so that the benefits of this knowledge could be made available to all. I therefore urge the government to formulate a schemes in such a way that our farmers could get the benefits of our scientific progress to increase agricultural production. The government is aware that the farmers have to face the natural calamities of flood and drought every year. Relief is provided by the government at the time of flood, but lakhs of acres of agricultural land is rendered unfit for cultivation due to floods. There is no doubt that agricultural yield increases following the flood, but the farmers have to face heavy losses prior to it. Therefore, arrangements should be made to check the recurring feature of floods in the flood prone areas. The calamities like flood and drought can only be prevented by formulating programs of permanent nature. In our country, agriculture mostly depends on weather conditions. If the weather conditions remain favorable, the crops are good, but in the event of excess or deficient rainfall, or if the crop is hit by hailstorm, huge damage is caused, and in that case, we curse the nature and say that everything has been destroyed due to bad weather. Therefore, the government must think in terms of finding preventive measures to protect agriculture from the havoc of natural calamities. The government has introduced crop insurance scheme for the farmers, but its benefits do not reach the farmers. Arrangements should be made to ensure that farmers get its full benefits. The crops should be insured in every part of the country to ensure that its benefits reach every farmer all over the country. Each one should be covered under this scheme.